Hey, Shalom. I hope everybody had a beautiful Shabbat. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie Selah. Once again, I just want to continue speaking to my brothers and sisters in SRAEL because we are the vibe. And in my efforts to continue to detox my life, detox my body, my mind, my spirit, all in an effort to elevate, to be pleasing to our Mother and Father above. And so this time I was just thinking about relationships with family, our friends, associates, and I'm talking about within Israel. Um, the Most High gave us Torah to teach us how to treat each other, and that's what we should focus on. The other nations, they're in the hands of our Mother and Father above. But how we treat each other is very important. And it's just something that I really want to focus on and make sure that I'm living to the best of my ability. And so, um, you know, I'm a work in progress. I don't mind admitting um, many flaws. But one thing in particular that I was thinking about is as far as relationships was with my parents, my father and my stepmother. Um, I probably mentioned this before, but we are estranged. My father is a Jehovah's Witness. I was kicked out many, many years ago. And if you know anything about Jehovah's Witnesses, you know that they ostracize. They, some churches call it excommunicate. With, he cut off the relationship with me, pretty much. And for many years, I was ticked off about it because I took it as a betrayal. Because I was a daddy's girl. And I lost my mom when I was 7. And um, when I decided at 19 that I didn't want to be a Jehovah's Witness, I knew how they got down, but I honestly didn't think my father would. But he did. He cut me off, and so it made it real easy for me to fall into this attitude. Well, like he ain't dealing with me, so I ain't gonna deal with him. But because I am trying to elevate, I was thinking, especially because my father is elderly now and has health issues, I have to rethink that stance because even though he put those boundaries there, I can still call my father. He's going to answer the phone. I can still let my father know that if he needs me, I'm here. Um, I'm still going to defend Torah if I have to, but I don't need to pick a fight like I used to. All right. And I don't need any scriptures to tell me that. That's just something that I know, and I'm changing it. But what about other relationships? I'm not going to get into husband and wife because that's just not something that I'm qualified to speak on. I'm not married. But other relationships with your children, with your family, your friends. What about those people who are not that easy to get along with? What about the habitual line crossers? Right? So, what about the habitual line stepper? Um, those who constantly kind of knock you off your square, as far as behavior. How do you deal with people who don't bring out the best in you. Let's say it like that. And I'm not saying that to blame anybody else, but I'm just saying, for example, I'll use myself. You know how they say, treat people the way you want to be treated? I do that sometimes, but a lot of times I treat people the way they treat me. And it could be low frequency. And do I want to dwell in a low frequency? Heck, no. That's not what I'm trying to do. All right. So if I'm dealing with people that I'm not able to uh, stay in elevated frequency, there's something that needs to be done about that. And that brings me to this scripture, which is Psalms 34, verse 14. It says, depart from evil and do good, seek peace and pursue it. So here it's telling us to seek peace. Of course, if you can make peace with a person, then you should. Of course, you should make peace with your brother or sister if you can. But when you have a habitual line stepper, that means that you have probably tried many times before, to pull your friend's coattail, say, hey, can you not do this for whatever? Can you not do that for whatever the reason? But they habitually do that. First of all, is that being a friend? A friend wants to bring out the best in you, not constantly bring out the worst, right? And so this scripture says to seek peace. So if you can't seek peace with the person, you're going to have to seek peace without that person. Let's look at the example of our mother and father. 2 Kings 17, 22 and 23. This is talking about Israel when they were under wicked King Jeroboam. Verses 22 and 23, it says of Israel, they followed Jeroboam and continued to practice all the sins he had committed until at last the Most High banished them from his sight, as he had warned through his servants the prophets that he would do. So the people of Israel were taken into exile to Assyria, where they live to this day. So the Most High removed Israel from his sight. A lot of scriptures say he turned his face away. He had to seek peace. And we know through scripture that our ancestors violated the agreement with Most High many times. And the Most High, as our parents, they spanked us, took us back. And again, our ancestors kept violating until finally the Most High had to remove us out of his face. He like, get up out my face. But as we know, our promise is forever. So the door is open for us to return. But we have to do something in order to do that. So seek peace. And here, when he said that we went to Assyria, where we dwell to this day, as you can see, I got this from Ayub Nazir's channel, a map of the Bible land. All right. So the scriptures tell us to seek peace. We're going to try to seek peace with our brother, with our sister. If we can't, we need to seek peace without our brother or sister. We need to love them from afar, as they say. And then this scripture is Isaiah 26, verse 3, which says, you will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. And so if you keep your mind focused on the mother and father above and the commandments, when you seek that peace, you'll keep that peace through mother and father. All right, next scripture I wanted to go into is Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. And this is just talking about when the idea of companionship for Adam first came into play. because Most High saw that it's important for us to have companionship. But there's something very key about companionship that I noticed, and I just wanted to bring that point out. Genesis 2:18, it says, "Then the Most High Yahweh said, it is not good for a man to live alone. I will make a suitable companion to help him." The King James Version says, what version is this? This is the Good News Translation. King James Version. I'm using Bible Hub, y'all. You know how that goes. It says, "In the Most High Yahweh said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make a helper comparable to him." All right? So a helper, some King James versions say helpmeet, which I really hate that word. Nobody even uses that. But let's go into what helpmeet means. This is Etymology Online. It says, it's a ghost word from the 1611 King James translation of the Bible, in which it was at first a two-word noun-adjective phrase translating Latin adjutorium simile sibi as an helpmeet for him, and meaning literally a helper like himself. Robert Alter of the Five Books of Moses, 2004, suggests sustainer beside him as the closest possible in English to the original, which is Hebrew. It says the Hebrew Ezer Kenegdo is notoriously difficult to translate. The second term means alongside him, opposite him, a counterpart to him. Help is too weak because it suggests a mere auxiliary function, whereas Ezer elsewhere connotes active intervention on behalf of someone, especially in military contexts. Okay, so that's the definition. The Most High Mother and Father was finding a suitable companion. So that goes into a friendship too. Now, everybody is not suitable to be your friend, you know. Um, Also, let's look at another scripture. Amos 3, verse 3. It says, "Can two walk together unless they are agreed?" So, most relationships are some type of agreement, a mutual agreement. If it's parent, child, there's an agreement, an unspoken agreement, usually between the two of what that relationship is. Husband, wives, they have their own agreements of how their relationship will work, how their family will be built. And friends, you have some friends, they know when they come in your house, they can go in the fridge, get something to drink, get something to eat, chill. Your house is their house. And then you have friends that come over, you better sit your butt on the couch. I'm going to offer you something to drink, bring we sit and chit chat, and then, you go home. Or you have those friends where, we friends between 8:30 and 5:30, and that's it. There's an agreement usually between people on how their relationship is going to be. Right? And so that's where the term, habitual line stepper comes into play. Because, when you have boundaries within a friendship, those boundaries are usually known, and if you got a so-called friend that is constantly crossing those lines, that's something that needs to be evaluated. Um, Proverbs 18, verse 19. It says, "A brother offended is harder to win than a strong city, and contentions are like the bars of a castle." So a true friend is going to be careful about offending their brother. Because, the contention is something that we don't need in Israel. We're supposed to be seeking peace, right? We're in these last days. We don't have no business being in contention with each other if we can help it. If we can't If we can't make peace, let's love each other from afar, right? I want to go to the Apocrypha, Sirach chapter 6, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 6. And I'm going to read 1 through 14. And this is the Good News translation. Now, we know we have to be careful about translations because they can really go off. Regular King James Version even goes off. But sometimes I like to read this translation, um, especially when it doesn't veer off message. But I like it because it's very plain. So I'm going to read it. I'm reading Sirach 6, 1 through 14. And this is talking about friendship. It says, "And do not be an enemy when you should be a friend. A bad reputation brings you the disgrace that lying sinners deserve. Do not let your passions carry you away. This will tear your soul to pieces like a bull. You will be left like a dead tree without any leaves or fruit. Evil desire will destroy you and make you a joke to your enemies. If you are polite and courteous, you will enjoy the friendship of many people. Exchange greetings with many, but take advice only from one person out of 1,000. When you make friends, don't be too quick to trust them. Make sure that they have proved themselves. Some people will be your friends only when it is convenient for them, but they won't stand by you in trouble. Others will fall out with you over some argument and then embarrass you by letting everyone know about it. Others will sit at your table as long as things are going well. They will stick to you like your shadow and give orders to your servants, but they will not stand by you in trouble. If your situation takes a turn for the worse, they will turn against you and you won't be able to find them anywhere. Stay away from your enemies and be on guard against your friends. A loyal friend is like a safe shelter. Find one and you have found a treasure." All right, family. That's all I had. Um, you know, share your thoughts with me. I'm a work in progress. I'm just learning. Um, and I'm open to other perspectives. I'm open for correction. Um, how should we deal with each other in these last days when it comes to our relationships and sometimes not being able to get along together? Um, Let me know. All right. So I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Shabbat to Shabbat, y'all. I give all praises to the Most High, our Mother and Father above. Shalom.
Baby, I'm not mad at all. We both try to stay home. Can't hold our love against the wall. No, every inch of me is hurting I just wanna leave it all behind. Yeah, I'm breaking up with you tonight.